Hello, this episode we're talking to Salima and Zaf. Sounds like an entertainment duo, don't they?
They do.
Who we met on board Celebrity Millennium a couple of weeks back. They were in the fancy section of the ship, so we thought it'd be nice to chat to them about what that's like. Plus, Paula's got some great deals that are available right now, and we're going to check the latest cruise and travel news and hear how clever some people can be sneaking alcohol onto a ship, and yet how dumb they can be at the same time. Plus, Paul tells me that he's going to tell you all about the 777X, which I'm hoping isn't a porn site. So, let's start the show.
It's time to get your cruise on.
This is Cruise and Travel with Paul McAllister.
All right. Let's get into it. I'm Steve. With me is Paul McAllister, the chief dream cruise creator behind 101cruise.com.au. And joining us back on dry land is our woofer, Roof.
Welcome
Hello,
back, Roof.
Hello.
There he is. This is a podcast that takes you into the world of cruising and lets you in on the big cruising deals. You'll find out more on the website 101cruise.com.au by signing up for our newsletter.
Yeah, and it's particularly worthwhile signing up to the website if you work in the airline industry because for some good reason, which we don't know, cruise lines give aviation workers huge discounts, sometimes more than 80% or more off the brochure prices.
But we also get some awesome deals for people outside of aviation as well, some of which I'm about to tell you about. Oh, I know, exciting.
All right, well, let's get into it. Let's kick off the episode with some of those deals that you're bragging about.
I know, and this is really exciting because I can't tell you anything. I know, this sounds weird, doesn't it? But Scenic Cruises, one of the best cruise lines that you can cruise on because they are ultra luxury, have given us some very, very special deals.
Great, let's hear them. Here we go.
I know, but
Come on.
I can't tell you over any sort of media. So you have to be a member of 101cruise.com.au, sign up for our newsletter, and we send out these amazing sort of deals that you can, but you can't get it anywhere else, which is really cool. So go on, sign up to that, and then we can send you out the deal. If you email me, if you sign up now, and then email me, I'll send you out some of that information. How's that sound, Steve?
Some just went out this morning on the latest newsletter. So if you sign up today, Paul will see that you've signed up, and he will send you today's newsletter.
I know. Look, as a little teaser, how does Antarctica sound?
Yes, please.
I know. It's on our bucket list. Love to do it, and especially on Scenic Eclipse. Now,
Well, it's sort of just down the road
well, it is a long road.
from Australia.
And it's also water.
As
But
compared
anyway.
to the rest of the world, it's
I know.
it's so close but so far.
I know, but we have actually flown over Antarctica, haven't we?
Yes.
That was an incredible experience. So to actually see it right down low would be incredible. But from the sky was one of those moments in time.
Yes. It took about 4 hours to fly there from Perth,
Mm-hmm.
and then we spent about 4 hours flying above Antarctica and like along the edge of it, so you see all of the ocean and the icebergs.
And they kept on
all
doing
the
loops,
ice.
so figure
Yeah.
eight around, so everyone got to see it on both sides of the aircraft as well.
Yeah.
Very well done, Qantas. It was a really good, and it was back in the day when the 747 was flying. I know that sounds like a lifetime ago.
And from memory, I think we were up in the bubble.
Oh,
weren't
we were, and we were so lucky because we had the exit row at the bubble, and that meant that I could sit on the other crew seat, which I'm not supposed to do, and actually look out the window because the crew said, yeah, it's okay.
Anyway, nothing to do with cruising.
No, but it's a really fun thing to do as well.
Lots to do with flying.
But it's all about travel, isn't it?
Yep.
Look, so that's our first deal, which is Scenic, and I wish I could tell you more, but let's get into deal number 2, which is on Celebrity Constellation. It's a 7-night cruise departing on the 18th of January, 2026. It's from Tampa, Florida, and it's back to Tampa again. They set sail on Celebrity Constellation from Tampa for 7 days on your Caribbean escape. Visit Costa Maya for their ancient ruins and beaches. I'm going to say that one, Cozumel reefs and markets, and Nassau's turquoise water and colonial charm. On board, you'll enjoy gourmet dining, serene spas, pool deck, and live entertainment. Now, your fare includes accommodation, main dining, and entertainment. Now, a normal inside room would set you back in US dollars $2,624, but not at 101 Cruise. Get this, it's $524 US dollars per person. That's a whopping saving of $2,100 or 80% off. And Steve, that's $75 a day. That's great value, isn't it?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Or if you want a balcony room, it is $3,696 US dollars per person. But at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $1,054 per person. That's 71% off. And you're going to be paying $151 a day. Great value. Look, where can you go for $151 a day where you've got all your travel included, your bed and food and entertainment? It's incredible value on cruising. So look, have a look at that. I reckon that's a great deal. And we've got some more coming up later. Another Hawaiian cruise for 16 nights. And what do you say about saving 80% on another Caribbean cruise? Now,
I'm in.
I knew you would be.
Let me just go now.
I know. I wish we had permanent holidays. All these prices are in US dollars and valid at the 10th of October 2021, subject to change and availability. As Steve mentioned, if you're in the airline industry, contact me at Paul at 101 Cruise for your best price.
Valid 10th of October 2025.
Did I say 2026?
You said 2021, which I wasn't even born back then.
Why would I say 2021? Anyway, there you go.
No.
Now the latest cruise and travel news.
2 adults-only cruise ships will allow travellers of all ages for 20 select cruises in 2026 and 2027. The 2 Carnival-owned ships, I didn't even realise they did adults-only cruises.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
2 Carnival-owned
And it's not the sort of
ships
adult-only ship that you're thinking of, by the way.
are going to sail with their P&O Cruises line Aurora and Arcadia, which will switch from adults only to family cruises on specific dates and peak holiday Christmas periods, or peak holiday like Christmas. The open cruises add 23% more sailings for families to choose from during school summer holidays in 2027. The total of 12 cruises on Aurora and 8 on Arcadia will be available to families through to September 2027. More holidays for winter 27-28 go on sale next week, October the 14th. Margarita at Sea. Now, you may, if you're a regular listener to the podcast, we talked about Margarita at Sea, which is actually a cruise line a few episodes ago.
Yeah, they're fairly new in the market, aren't they, really? And this is really exciting because their new ship looks great.
Yeah, they're adding a 3rd cruise ship called Beachcomber to their fleet, and the vessel will start sailing from Miami to the Caribbean in 2027. The ship is being purchased from Costa Cruises and is undergoing a radical transformation that will convert the vessel over to Margaritaville at Sea. Beachcomber will have the world's largest 5 o'clock somewhere. That's what they call their bar. 5 o'clock somewhere, a multi-deck poolside destination that will have everything from tropical cocktails to live music. The venue spans 4 decks on the cruise ship and will serve as a poolside playground, easy hangout, and perfect spot for pre-dinner sips before dining at the nearby JWB Prime Steakhouse. Princess Cruises has officially welcomed its newest Sphere-class vessel, the Star Princess, as it embarks on its inaugural 11-day Western Mediterranean journey from Barcelona. This milestone marks the debut of the 17th ship in the Princess fleet, weighing in at 177,800 tonnes and accommodating 4,300 guests. The Star Princess sets a new standard for the fleet with its 30 dining and bar venues, upscale entertainment options, and refined accommodations.
Now, do you know who the godparents are?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, well done. You get a gold star for that one.
You told us on this podcast a week or two
I'd like
ago.
to remind people.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying I'm paying attention.
Good boy.
Okay. And even one of the happiest occasions of someone's life can be interrupted by breaking one of the biggest rules on a cruise ship, being a dickhead, basically. For one bride-to-be, a clever trick to sneak alcohol on board turned into a lifetime ban. A lifetime ban.
Well, she
from
deserves
Carnival.
it.
Maddie, known as Ad Madison West 2000 on
don't
TikTok,
advertise her.
was all set for her bachelorette party on a Carnival cruise, but her sneaky plan to bring alcohol on board wait for it, hidden in feminine hygiene product
Oh, well, that's
wrappers,
disgusting in itself.
backfired in a big way after sharing her hack on TikTok. Hello.
Oh, I honestly, I'm lost for words. You put it on TikTok while you're on the cruise.
That's not, yeah. She put it on TikTok during the cruise.
Oh.
She caught the attention of Carnival's security team. The result was a lifetime ban and a viral post full of unsympathetic comments. Like, there is
Don't start me.
the cleverest person, but also the dumbest person. All right, and seeing that this is the cruise and travel podcast, we also want to let you know about some other things happening in the travel industry.
Yeah, well, Boeing's had another turbulent week, and it's not in the flight kind. The much anticipated 777X, billed as a future for long-haul flying, has officially been delayed again. Now expected to enter service in late 2027. Now, that's like a year late on top of the other delays. So it's taking a long time to get this aircraft. At the same time, Boeing is quietly announcing it will also end the production of the 777-300ER in September, which is one of the most popular workhorses of the aviation industry. The reason why they're cutting that out is that they're clearing way for the 777 to take over that flying. Analysts say the delays come down to a few technical hiccups, mostly those fancy folding wingtips and the enormous GE9X engines that needed extra TLC from the regulators, which means they can't get it approved. Boeing engineers have been test flying this aircraft since 2019, while quietly the accountants are reaching for the Panadol. Airlines like Emirates and Lufthansa have been waiting so long that they're having to sign up new leases for aircraft. But Boeing is saying expect big things when the aircraft comes online, with bigger windows, quieter cabins, and even better fuel burn.
Well, today we're talking with Salima and Zaf, who we met on board in the retreat in the Celebrity Millennium ship a couple of weeks ago. Now, the retreat is somewhere special people get to go on board celebrity ships. Now, we're not that special, but we just kind of hoodwinked our way inside. But these guys, they're special. They are in what celebrity cruises call a sky suite, and everyone in a sky suite has access to the retreat, plus a few other special perks. So to tell you all about them, we thought we'd grab them now they're back on land, safe and sound, back in their home in the UK, so that they can tell you what it's like. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hello, we're good. How are you?
Excellent.
So, guys, let's talk about your room. You stayed in a sky suite. What was your first impression when you stepped inside?
The Sky Suite. I mean, it's just spacious. It's full of light. The bed, the way that it's set up as well, and obviously, you know, the bathroom. It's not a little cubicle. You've actually got the luxury of a bath as well.
So have you stayed in a normal stateroom on the celebrity ships before?
We have a long time ago, but recently, for the last probably couple of years, we've just gone to suites.
Okay, so for those people that have stayed in a normal stateroom, what's the difference? Is it heaps bigger, or it sounds like the bathroom is bigger?
You got a bath. That was a bonus.
But I think space-wise, you're probably looking at 50% more room overall.
Right.
So it's like a lot bigger than your normal room. You've got a lot more room in the bathroom. Obviously, like Salima said, you've got a full-size bath. Your balcony's a little bit bigger. Your bed's a bit bigger, I think, as well. But you have got a hell of a lot more room than a normal suite, like a veranda suite. I mean, which are a good size, but obviously it makes a big difference when you get a suite.
And we've definitely stayed, I mean, all of celebrities' rooms, you know, from kind of the rooms lower deck and the balcony that we stayed in. I mean, they're all kind of gracious in terms of the size and amenities. But I think as you get older and you want to treat yourself and you want to be a little bit special and you want to be treated that little bit more, then yes, we've now decided to go. And we're loyal to the brand as well.
I think you touched on that perfectly, the treats that's involved. So one of the biggest perks of the Sky Suite is the access to the retreat and your butler service. How would you describe the level of service you've experienced?
It's outstanding. I mean, from, you know, the butler that greets you, nothing is too big and nothing is too small. Not that we actually ask a lot of them, but I'm going to give you an example. He noticed that on one occasion we brought some watermelon back to the room at breakfast because I'm not a breakfast eater, but I enjoy watermelon. And he saw that every day at tea time, more or less, he would bring a plate of cool watermelon. I mean, to me, that was just an attention to detail.
Yeah, that's a great thing about the butler, isn't it? And that's something about the retreat as well, because they get to know you and they start thinking about what they can do to make your experience even better.
Well, we broke into the retreat a couple of times, and it only took a couple of times for the bartender to learn that we liked a vat of Baileys on ice as soon as we walk in.
And for me, a lychee martini. And a big shout out to Francisco. We miss you, Francisco. We need those martinis.
Yeah, and again, when you walk into that room, I mean, we're not a few and far between. There was a good number of retreat guests. But when they know each and every one of your name and recognize you, the first time you walk in, that kind of, again, person-centered kind of is kind of what you kind of, feel special about.
Yeah, I think that is, you've just touched on it. It is that feeling of feeling very special when you walk in that door, because they say your name straight away and they make you feel so welcomed and comfortable in there.
Even us, and we broke into the joint. So you get the retreat lounge, but there's also an upstairs retreat area on outside, isn't there?
Pool deck.
Oh, yes. So up on the top of the front of the ship at the top deck, there is the retreat deck, which is for suite guests. The beauty about that is because you only got X amount of suite people on there, it's never as busy. So you're all guaranteed a bed. It's the same staff that serve you in the retreat and as well as the Luminaire, which is a suite restaurant. So once again, you're meeting people that are serving you and they know you by your first name. They know what you like. So it's like home from home. It's, whichever part of the ship you go to, you're just welcomed with open arms and the service is just impeccable.
And it's so beautifully done. I mean, the cabanas, the lounges, there's of such a high standard and quality that, you could forget that you're on a cruise ship and you just think you're on some luxury island somewhere. And especially if the weather's beautiful, it's just, you just kind of glided about everywhere saying, hey, and taking loads and loads of selfies.
It's very modern contemporary, isn't it? Yeah.
And look, there's 2,500 people on that ship, which is, a lot of people get freaked out because that's a lot of people and they go, oh my God, I'm never going to get on and off the ship, or I'm not going to get a pool deck. But when you're in the retreat, it doesn't feel that way, does it?
Oh, not at all. I think on 3 occasions, I go to it a little bit more than Zaf because he hides from the sun. But on 3 occasions, I was the only person up there. I took a book, and I just sat there and I just felt as if, I looked out to the sea and there's a little bit of music playing and I just thought, oh God, I'm on my own yacht here.
It's like having your private island.
Now, you sort of skipped over it a moment ago. You mentioned your own restaurant, which is called Luminaire. Now, tell us about this, as in, why is it your own restaurant?
Right, so Luminaire is for suite guests only. So when you're a suite guest, you can eat and dine in the Luminaire every evening, whereas the normal guests who are in the normal suites can go to the main dining, or they can go to one of the restaurants which I think you have to pay to go into.
Yeah, the specialty restaurants.
Specialty, yeah.
So the plebs like us are in another restaurant, and you're kicking your heels up in Luminaire.
No, so we don't call them plebs because sometimes we go that class as well. We don't always go suite like I say. So
that's fine. You're allowed to be a pleb too.
But the beauty about Luminaire, they give you the option of the Luminaire menu, the main dining menu, and as well as that, the Aqua restaurant, Aqua Blue, whatever it's called. So you get a choice of 3 menus in that one restaurant, and the waiters are more than happy to get you whatever you want from whichever restaurant.
It's perfect because it means you get to choose anything you want from any restaurant within the ship. So you have the best of every world.
And then the beauty about it is when you're on a 2-week cruise, like we did, sometimes you start looking for something different. Mm-hmm. And what I found where some evenings, if I wanted something different, he said, just tell me what you want and I'll make it. And that's what he did.
Yep.
So many a time something which wasn't even on the menu, so that they just go that extra mile, which just makes the whole experience.
Well, even in the restaurant that we were in, the Pleb restaurant.
Don't call it the Pleb restaurant. Call it what it was.
The class that we were in, Aqua Class, has a similar thing as their own restaurant, which is a level below yours.
No, that's a nice restaurant. It's a Blue restaurant,
Blue.
which is a healthy living.
You had a meal there one night that you just absolutely raved about, and the maitre d' said, "Oh, let us know if you want it any other night, and give us 1 day's notice, and we'll make sure that we make it for you." Which
Absolutely,
you did.
yeah, and it was spectacular again. So that's that great level of service that you're going to get on in the specialty restaurants as well. But I think that would happen in the main restaurant too. If you said that you really like something, again, they'd make that offer to you. So it's about them getting to know you.
In the main restaurant, they just chuck you overboard if you ask for something special.
You're harsh.
Yeah, but it's not just the waiters, it's also the sommeliers, the person that brings the bread. Every one of them knows you by your first name.
Yeah.
They know what you like to drink. They're just so attentive. You don't even have to ask for something. Sometimes you just sit down and start bringing you stuff, and it's like, oh, okay, that is what I wanted. Yeah. So they're just so attentive. It's unbelievable.
And I think there's a lot to do with that too. And we're going to touch on this subject on another podcast. But isn't it the way that the clients talk to the staff? You get much more out of them. Like, they become your friends. They really want to help you, and they want to share their experiences with you. We had an awesome waiter in Blue called Pratash, and he started talking about his home country, which is India, and then wrote down all of these amazing places for us to go that we hadn't heard of. And it was like, wow, that's really good. And that's a great experience by just bonding with that staff in the restaurant.
Yeah, and he said, look, this is where my mum lives. You've got to come and have dinner with us too. And
we got to go down to Goa, because he said, oh, my God, the food in Goa, you're just going to blow your mind.
Now, guys, let's briefly talk a little bit about the cruise. What made you choose Japan in the first place?
Japan was a place that we wanted to tick off our itinerary. However, the thought of, as a country, is so large, and the travel between A to B and all those places we wanted to see, we just thought to cruise around all those ports and go visit them. It was just such a good opportunity, and to be able to do it on Celebrity, and a ship that we love as well, which was a Millennium. It just ticked all those boxes, so we could get to see a country we wanted to see, and the diverseness of that country as well. Again, I don't think we would have gone to South Korea as a country on its own, but because it was our last port, it was fantastic. We loved it there.
Look, you're right, because it is a great thing about cruising is that you do go to different ports, and especially some ports that you just wouldn't go to on your trip around Japan. What do you think was your favourite port that you went to?
We weren't disappointed in any of the ports, because, I mean, we've done a few cruises. The setup at each port for guests coming and going was everything's in place. It don't feel like you're just pulling up into an old shipyard where they're just unloading containers. And everything was on your doorstep. So if it wasn't a 5-10 minute walk, it was a case of a bus or a taxi straight into town. And the infrastructure they've got in Japan, it's second to none.
But we did love Osaka, didn't we?
Osaka, Yokohama, even Hiroshima.
Yeah.
The plus points, and that's what I liked, because sometimes you go on a cruise and you've got all these ports, and you get to one port and you think, oh, why did they pull in here? Because there's not much here, and there's nothing in. But this wasn't the case with Japan. That's what it was like, a full on. Yeah. We needed a woods.
I've got to agree with you. I loved Osaka, and the food in Osaka was amazing. It was so cool, but a very vibrant, busy city. I felt it was actually more crazier than Tokyo, which was interesting. Did you get to sample any of the local foods while you were in Osaka?
Oh, I mean, we've got a bit of a sweet tooth. So what were those creme brulee pastries?
So there's these little shops that sell these. They're like custard pies, but they're creme brulee custard pies.
Oh, yes.
Every time we saw one of them, we had to have one. Sushis are sort of to go to snack whenever we feel peckish. So
really
the sushi is fresh. And the beauty about the food is it's all fresh.
Yeah.
Nothing's hanging about. It's, you can't beat fresh food.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
exactly. And that's what Japan does really well. Even in 7-Elevens, I found the food was incredibly good, which you don't say in other countries, that's for sure.
So now the Celebrity Millennium is their oldest ship, but it underwent a major renovation, refurbishment. How did you find the ship overall, the design, the layout and the atmosphere for a ship that was built in 2007, I think?
Yeah, well, it's 2000. It's 26 years old, which is, that's getting pretty long in the tooth, really.
What did you think? Did it feel like a ship that was built 27 years ago?
Not at all. I think they've done an amazing job of remodernising it, and I think just the artwork around the ship, and then the rooms that have all been upgraded, and as we touched on before, in terms of the retreat, it's just upstairs on the deck. It's just so modern. And looks luxurious. So I think you'd never think it was a ship that was that old.
Look, on the ship, did you manage to go and see any entertainment shows as well?
Yes, we did. We met also a mother of one of the dancers there. So we probably would have gone to a few less ones because we were so exhausted with the itinerary. However, we went to extra ones as well. And we the standard of them are pretty good. And what we did enjoy this time, which is a nod to the inside retreat, what we call the Michael's Club, they actually the entertainment that was on the stage in the theatre, they actually had them doing short bursts a couple of times during the cruise, like the magician, etc. I thought that was a good thing to do. So to them, because I think it dragged people out from their suites and brought them together.
Yeah. I agree. And we went to that as well. And I think that was the first time I saw you, actually, Salima.
Yes, because you got up on the stage with the magician.
You're a bit of a star.
I was the magician's assistant.
Yes, you were. Is that on your business card now?
Unfortunately not.
Magician's assistant. Actually, I got picked on to go up on his actual show, didn't I?
Yes, you did. On his second show.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You've got it on your card already, haven't you?
I don't know how he did that trick.
No, I don't know how he did any of those.
He just
tricks.
he got people to read out random numbers and we all had to put them into a calculator each time, plus this number, plus that number. And I even gave one of the numbers or something. And in the end, it was the date and the time or something, like for that exact minute.
Yeah.
That's what it came out to. I didn't explain that joke very well. It wasn't a joke. It was a magician's trick. But it was phenomenal. It was fantastic. What was his name? Jeremy Tan?
Jeremy Tan.
Yeah.
Hello, Jeremy.
He was great.
It was very good. I loved it. And he was on board for 6 weeks and then off again and back on again for 6 weeks. They do very long shows.
Well, they do. And considering like some of the performance shows are, all the shows are 2 in an evening, and the energy that they have in both the shows, whether it's a 7 o'clock one or a 9 o'clock one, the level of energy is just actually quite unstable.
And I just found the whole of the entertainment across all the shows that we saw were very high quality. And I actually think the celebrity performers, which is their troupe, were outstanding. Their
the
voices
4 singers
were incredible.
and all of the dancers. We've never seen a tighter bunch of dancers than on that ship. Nobody was out of step ever, and they were all spot on and high energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, guys, look, it's been awesome to have a chat to you. And I think the biggest bonus for us was meeting you on the ship and becoming friends with you and enjoying some really fun times. So we really appreciate you jumping on board today and having a chat to us. It really helps our clients learn more about celebrity and Celebrity Millennium, and encourages them to think about, hey, maybe this is a cruise I want to do.
We would not hesitate to recommend Celebrity and we have done to lots of our friends and families as well. So, it's a go-to cruise ship.
And we can't wait to see you soon on our next cruise.
All right, take care. Bye, guys.
All right, so we have come to that part of the podcast where it's time for you to reveal the rest of your specials from this week.
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier we talked about going to Hawaii. This is a great cruise. It's a 16-night cruise on Ruby Princess, departing very soon on the 30th of October. Now, it's from San Francisco and you'll return back to San Francisco. Once you set sail on Ruby Princess, you'll be visiting the Hawaiian Island adventures of Honolulu, which has Pearl Harbor, Kauai's rainforest, Maui's charm and whale watching, and Hilo's waterfalls. And then you're going to head off to Mexico. I'd love to go to Mexico, to Ensenada and their vibrant coast. On board, you'll enjoy world-class dining, Broadway-style shows, sparkling pools, and adult-only sanctuary. Now, an inside room would normally set you back at US dollars $3,459 per person, but we have it on for $1,599. Now, that's a 54% saving. But the best thing is it's $100 US a day. That's great value.
How many days?
16.
Right.
Yeah, it's a really cool cruise.
That's
I like
good
this
length
idea.
cruise.
Yeah, it is. Look, a balcony room would normally set you back in US dollars $4,709 per person. But no, we have it on at $2,599 US per person. That's a saving of 45% or $162 US per day. I think it's really cool. There's some really cool islands to cruise around there. And the waters are beautiful too. I think it'd be an amazing cruise to do. Our last deal is back to the Caribbean on Celebrity Beyond. Now, Celebrity Beyond is one of our Edge series ships, and they are stunning, and they have some really cool Infinity Edge pools around the ship. So a really beautiful ship to go on. It's a 7-night cruise departing the 18th of January 2026 from Miami back to Miami again. You'll visit Tortola's lush beaches, San Juan's historical streets, and Puerto Platea's golden beaches and mountain views. On board, you'll enjoy world-class dining, a serene spa, and stunning infinity pools. Fares include accommodation, main dining, and entertainment and daily activities. Now, an inside room would set you back normally $3,495 in US dollars per person. At 101 Cruise, get this, Steve, for $694 per person. That's a whopping saving of $2,801 or 80% off. But a balcony room normally would set you back at $4,929 US dollars. But at 101 Cruise, we have it on at $894. That's 71% off or $128 US dollars per day. Now, all these prices are in US dollars, valid at the 10th of October 2025, subject to change and availability.
Remember, you can get access to all the deals by signing up to our newsletter at 101cruise.com.au. Once you've signed up and you've got access inside the website, there's heaps of articles in the 101 Cruise magazine section, like, is it possible to stay fit on a cruise?
Sure is.
And the 11 best first-time cruise lines for all budgets. And don't forget, as Paul said earlier, if you want to know about some of those special scenic deals on Scenic Explorer, which is a beautiful ship, all you have to do is sign up to the newsletter by going to the website, and we will send out the special deals to you. We can't talk about them here on the podcast.
Not allowed to.
And by the way, don't think about travelling anywhere these days without travel insurance, regardless of whether it's a cruise you've booked through us or any other travel that you're planning. You can always buy travel insurance through our website. Another reason to sign up. We get the best deals through NIB Travel Insurance, but you've got to follow the links from our website to get the 101 Cruise deals. I can tell you from experience, you will find it hard to beat the rates that we can get for you. Compare us with any other travel insurance provider and you'll see for yourself.
That's it for today. On the next episode, we're going to look at the new ships to be launched in 2026-27. Plus, I'll have more deals for you.
For more, go to 101cruise.com.au and sign up for the newsletter and to get access to the site. You can also follow us on Facebook at 101 Cruise and on Instagram at 101 Cruises.